So hello everyone, welcome again to this YouTube channel. So this is the second part of the Selenium exceptions with solution video. So first part I had already made, and if you haven't watched it yet, please go to that video. So I'm going to put the link in the description. So let's get started with the first exception that we often face in the Selenium. No such element exception. So no such element exception is thrown when the locator being used to access the element is invalid, or the attempt is made to perform the action on the element which is not on the DOM. So basically the locator that you are using, that is not on the DOM, and while Selenium script is executing, you are trying to access it. So the simple solution to avoid this exception is you have to check if the selector is correct, or if you can do one thing, you can add the weight so that element is properly visible, then Selenium script can execute that locator. So let's move to the next exception. So the next exception is StaleElementReferenceException. So I have already made a long video on this topic. So this exception pops up when element that you are referring to is no longer present in the DOM. So in simple terms, you can say the element is decayed or the element is stale. So basically, when you are executing anything on a page and you go to some pop-up and then you come back to the main page and you try to hit on any element that is over there, so that can be decayed sometimes and that can be stale. So in that case, that stale element reference exception is thrown by the Selenium. So the simple solution is, if you're using page factory model, so every time when you are trying to execute something on any element, it is going to refreshly locate that element in page factory model. Or you can do one thing, you can relocate again the same web element and then try to hit whatever action you want to perform. And the third is, you can refresh the web page so that the locator will be again new and you can try to relocate it and then you can try to perform action on that. So let's move to the next exception. So the third exception is a WebDriver exception. So this is the base WebDriver exception that occurs due to incompatibility in the binding of Selenium WebDriver with the web browser. So this is basically your Selenium WebDriver is not compatible with the web browser that it is targeting. So the simple solution is simply try to update your web browser, or you can try to download the latest Selenium WebDriver. So this is simply because of compatibility. So the simple solution I have already shared. So let's move to the next exception. So the next exception is NoSuchWindowException. So this exception is thrown when the window target being switched to does not exist. So you are trying to switch on a window that is not there. Okay, so that is the reason it is going to give you this exception. So the solution is simply use the window handles, and in order to get the current set of active windows, you have to have the window handles method. Using that, you can escape this exception. So let's move to the next exception. So the last exception is ElementNotVisibleException. So this is very common exception that you can come across while executing Selenium scripts. So this is thrown when even though the web element is present but it is not visible, and the Selenium is trying to access that. So then it is going to throw the ElementNotVisibleException. So the simple solution is check whether there is duplicate XPath. So sometimes the XPath that you're using may have 2 or 3 locators that it is finding. And other is, you can simply use explicit wait feature of Selenium and wait till the element is properly visible. Okay, so I think that is all from this series. So I'm going to put some more fantastic videos in this YouTube channel. So till then, take care.